Hey everybody, Pete Werner here with my top 5 worst table service restaurants at the Walt Disney World resorts, at the hotels. Now, before I get into this list, let me just make a disclaimer. First of all, I have eaten at all these restaurants multiple times. Some of them not recently because, well, I apparently don't like them. But I like to say this before any reviews that I do. These are my opinions. You may have had wonderful experiences here. Neither one of us are wrong. I don't think anybody should decide to eat or not eat at a restaurant based on what I say. This should just be used as part of your research in planning your trip. Take it under advisement, read what other people have had to say also, and make your own decision. Now, I have ranked these from least offensive to the ones that are just the one that I think is just the worst on Disney property. So, and again, these are table service restaurants at the Disney resorts. So not the theme parks, just the resorts. So we'll start with number 5. And this is the one I know a lot of people are going to be like, he's crazy. But Artist Point at Wilderness Lodge, which is a signature restaurant. It's very expensive, beautiful space. Really inconsistent, in my opinion. Service is inconsistent. Food has been inconsistent. There have been some occasions where I've had a good meal there, a lot of occasions where I've had a bad meal there. There have been occasions where I've had some really great service, other occasions where the service has been abysmal. And so that inconsistency is why this is on my list. So I think about, like, okay, I've got friends in town, or I want to go out and have dinner at Disney World. What places am I really going to avoid? Artist Point is one where I'll say, probably not. If I have to, I will, but given the choice, I'm not going to eat there. So that's number 5. Number 4 is the Grand Floridian Cafe at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort. And now I recently ate there and it wasn't too bad, but given the number of times I have eaten there that the food was just terrible, this makes my list. I think it's just uninspired. It's an uninspired menu. It's uninspired food. And yeah, it's one of the places where, given a choice, I'm not going to eat there. Number 3. Now we're starting to get to the ones that are just consistently bad. The Maya Grill at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. If you want absurdly overpriced, absolutely underwhelming Mexican food, Maya Grill is your place. I've eaten there probably a half a dozen times over the years. Now, again, not recently. So I will make this commitment. I will go back and I will eat at some of these places and see if any of them have changed. But Maya Grill is one of those places where I will actively go out of my way to never eat there. The last time I was there, the food was so bad, the service was so slow, and the cost was absolutely ridiculous. And that's my number 3. So there are 2 places that I will avoid even more than Maya Grill at Coronado Springs. Number 2, and this is a bad one, Boatwright's Dining Hall at Port Orleans Riverside. I don't know why this place is still open. I never hear good things about it. I certainly have never had a good meal there. Never had a good meal there. Not once. And again, I do try these places because I want to see. Now, this is another one where it's been, well, I don't know. I ate there a couple years ago, and it was just as horrendous as it always had been. Terrible place, terrible restaurant, in my opinion. I'm sure there are people out there that disagree, and I'm sure the comments will be more than full with people who think I'm crazy. But these are just my opinions. So number 2 is Boatwright's at Port Orleans Riverside. I would avoid that like the plague. But my worst restaurant, hands down, not just at the Disney resorts, on Disney property, I've had absolutely horrific experiences there to the point where I just won't go back. This is one I won't try again. And that's Captain's Grill at the Yacht Club. And I'll tell you why I will not try it again. The last time I ate there was a few years ago, and we were with a party of 5 or 6 people. And first of all, it took forever for the food to come out. Once the food did come out, what was served, as always, was absolutely subpar. It was just not good food. But the real killer was one of my friends had a seafood dish. And it was lots of mussels and clams and other things that I don't eat. He got to the bottom and he was saying, yeah, the seafood wasn't exactly fresh and whatever. Got to the bottom of the plate and there was a massive hair in the bottom of this bowl where this seafood was. And we pointed it out to the manager, who basically accused us of putting the hair there ourselves. Now, take a look at my hair. My hair's always been this short, at least since I've been in my 20s, and I'm in my 50s now. Everybody at the table had short hair. This hair was at least 8 inches long, 9 inches long. Clearly a woman's hair. Somebody, whether it was the servers or somebody in the kitchen or someone, it was somebody else's hair. Nobody at that table produced that hair. Yet we were basically accused of putting it there ourselves. After that experience, that horrible customer service, mediocre food, consistently bad or mediocre food, at this place, Captain's Grill still remains the number one place I will avoid at all costs for table service at Disney resorts. So there it is, my top 5 places that I think are the worst table service restaurants at the Disney resorts. Artist Point at the Wilderness Lodge, Grand Floridian Cafe at the Grand Floridian, the Maya Grill at the Coronado Springs, Boatwright's Dining Hall at Port Orleans Riverside, and my number 1, Captain's Grill at the Yacht Club. So there it is. Go to town in the comments. Have a good day.